So Ian's just shrugging. I don't know, man. Like doing the King of Queens.
Couldn't tell you.
My
Welcome to Court Captains, a volleyball podcast.
where we talk all things Major League Volleyball.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Nikki.
And I'm Ian. In this episode, we're talking kind of first week of free agency off-season news. I see some of it, but I need Nikki to fill me in on all the goings on. So we'll have that and we'll record it for everyone. But first, a message from our sponsor. As always, Court Captains brought to you by the Volley app. Again, we talked about it last time. You may think, oh, don't need the Volley app. The MLB is not going on. Incorrect. Because that's where you find things like this show, other content that will fill you in on things that are going on. Also, just articles if you still like to read. I'm a reader, but there's not many, but they have articles there. And so, yeah, find it at playvolley.com/court captains. That's playvolley.com/court captains for all the news.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. It's time. We're back.
Yes.
We took a short break. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
With free agency, no one told us.
Nope.
And we hoped that we would be back soon. And we are. So, what's the latest on broader news? I don't know how much of y'all have heard. Don't forget, I'm on social media all the time.
And I block social media for 8 hours of my day.
I love that for you. Okay, so just recapping some stuff we knew already, where we're at right now. MLB is claiming that they will have 12 teams in season 4, 2027. Okay, we know that newly added for 27 are Minnesota, DC, NorCal. LA was finally announced very recently, and Vegas is supposed to replace San Diego, but we still don't know that for sure. They just said 12 teams.
Vegas has a owner, right? Or is that still a rumor?
No, it's interesting. I think it's still technically a rumor.
Interesting.
I could be wrong about that. It's hard to tell with all of the information sources that I have. But I thought that
wasn't that like someone, went into some like business filings?
Yeah, they
scavenger hunt, and that's where they think they discovered that. So maybe it hasn't been confirmed.
Okay. Also, just going to update you on the landscape. LOVB now has 10. They had 6. Now for 2027, they're adding 4. Those are LA, San Francisco, Minnesota, and most recently, Miami was just announced.
Oh.
Love is also going to do conferences with their 10 teams. So they're doing an Eastern and a Western. That's all I know, really, about it. They haven't released schedules or anything yet. Okay. So that's where we're at there. Now I'd like to bring us to the portion of the episode where I bring up internet discourses that I would like to respond to.
Oh, boy.
And I would love to hear your perspectives as well, obviously. So the number one thing that I would like to respond to is people out there saying that MLB is copying LOVB based on the cities that we're going to. So obviously next year there will be some overlap in Minnesota and LA.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the famous San Francisco versus NorCal, are those the same? Are they not? Don't forget, NorCal, originally MLB's team was supposed to be Sacramento. Those are different cities. But all that to say, there's quite a bit of when Miami got announced, LOVB, there were people like, oh, I bet we'll see MLV go to Miami next. And I think that we're forgetting the ways that the ownership structures work here. Because LOVB can unilaterally decide where they go and then do all the things that they need to do, like find an arena and do the, I don't know, legal documentation of expanding their business into a different place. And MLV has to find whole ass ownership teams that need to agree to buy a team for somewhere between $3 and $8 million. So, in all likelihood, guys, it's the opposite. I just
Fair.
needed to say that out loud.
And what Minnesota specifically, wasn't it like and I can't remember who exactly had the press release at the exact time,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was like Love got wind that MLV was announcing and they did it before.
So, what happened with Minnesota, we can talk about the examples because I think I have them all. With Minnesota, there was a group of investors who were interested. They courted both LOVB and MLV. And then they did not like LOVB's structure, so they decided to have an MLV. And then what me filling in the blanks, filling in the gaps, is that LOVB lost that like competition, lost
Hmm.
that like proposal, and then decided to put their own team still in that city without another kind of owner in the picture, and just announced quicker than MLV did.
Yeah, because they can.
Because they can. I think that like the most obvious and or likely scenario is that they're not really making these decisions based on each other very much.
Yeah. I mean, they're all probably hiring the same consultant firm that's telling them the best next city to go to, and they're both, like it's not a mystery what markets are, you know, potentially next on the list or good for volleyball. They're just like the cities in America. So
Yeah.
it's not super crazy. They're like, what, they're in Miami and Orlando? Like, whoa. And also, yeah, they're in competition with each other as products, so it's fine. Like, I don't know what the copying matters. It's like there's not a principle that's gonna get them in trouble. They're copying each other's homework. They're just like both different businesses. So,
Right. Right. Also, just wanted to mention that I think that I have talked a little bit about this before, that like, or maybe not. I don't know. I've been trying to learn more about the Love ownership model because we keep hearing these announcements that like these individuals are buying Love teams.
yeah.
But I had heard that like there was some kind of stipulation around that. Anyway, there's been some new information about this, which is that allegedly, Love ownership is like where those individuals are investing in Love as a whole, and then their individual team rights are vested over time, and they don't vest for 5 years.
Sure.
So like they're not really owners, they're investors until a point at which those ownership
Yeah.
shares are vested.
But it is basically like, or would seem like it's a more like planned out extended version of what the MLV ended up doing after its first season.
With asking the commitment for 3 years.
Transition, yeah, and transitioning into like, hey, we're gonna try and build the business and then we spin them out
Yeah.
once it's more established.
Yeah. It's
MLV
not
just kind of
totally
decided to do that.
in their own way, in
Yeah,
a different
yeah, like
in a
right
different way
away.
with,
So,
yeah, totally. Um and we did get a question on Instagram, what do you think the finances are for the overall enterprise of MLV? The growth seems aggressive. I'm going to talk about this again in a second, but like since we know that the franchises are sold, I don't think like the overall enterprise has never been a money making one, except
Yeah.
that like they have a staff to hire and maintain, and then they're getting money from media deals and these franchise sales. So at the league level, I think everyone's doing great. And that explains some of the growth and the speed of the
yeah,
growth is that they're trying to establish teams and get money coming in at the league level. But it's more about the individual team finances that I know nothing about, and I imagine are not incredibly good yet.
Well,
But
I mean,
with
what
bigger
are the
media
what do we
deals,
think the fees are? It's like $3, $4 million to buy your way into the league with the team.
I think new teams are 5, but like
It's nice for the league.
I think
Yeah,
Columbus was like 3.
sure.
So the situations can change. I think LA was more like 8.
Yeah. So it's just about finding. Well, and I guess they're slightly more insulated in terms of like we've already seen now multiple times after this year that like a team, yeah, if it's not doing as well as the owners thought, like well, it can go away,
Yeah,
and
right.
the whole league doesn't have to take it over or suffer for it, which is just yeah, one way of going about it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, also, all of that is rumors and gossip, all alleged. I don't know for sure. Um,
I just while we were having this talk, I was thinking, and it's kind of unrelated, but when people talk about like comparing love and MLV, and I think about like how Madison is like nothing's happening there.
yeah.
And then I think about like Indy, which is like not, I don't know, when you think like, oh, Omaha, of course, is like the volleyball, Nebraska's volleyball state. But like, I don't think Indy was ever considered like a huge market for volleyball. And it's like huge there. Like
Mm-hmm.
Ignite is doing so well.
Yeah.
And then same with Madison, like also maybe not considered a huge market and it's really failing
Yeah. Well,
for
and those
love.
are both Big Ten states, and Big Ten volleyball's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
mean,
But
the reason
like,
why I was like almost didn't say anything though is because Indy is a much bigger city than Madison.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you would expect that, like, I mean, Indy's a bigger city, but they're also
They're
vying
both
for
both
different
state
attention.
capitals.
Both state capitals. But there's other sports in Indy that are
Yeah.
vying for their attention,
True.
and actually we could maybe make some kind of comparison between Grand Rapids and Madison, where they
Oh,
are both
yeah.
smaller cities that don't have other pro sports vying for their attention, but Grand Rapids is doing quite well on attendance.
Yeah.
And and so in some ways, like, all of this is a startup gamble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we can
Yeah.
read too much into whether I think that it feels bad for a team to fold. Obviously, you're building something there, but I think reading too much into all of that ebbing and flowing feels
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little arbitrary because it's a
Yeah.
gamble either way.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Point number 2 of discourse that I would like to speak to. I'm hearing people say, well, 22 teams in the United States now. The quality is going to be watered down. It's going to be not good.
Down quality.
22 teams? And now I'd like to read you some numbers and figures. Okay, so just quick population gut check. We consider on this podcast and broadly, I think that it's really narrowing the scope by only talking about Europe, but we do talk a lot about Italy and Turkey having some of the best professional volleyball in the world. I think you could say the same thing for Japan and some other places, but I just want to use those as examples. Let's remember, population of Italy, 58 million. Population of Turkey, 88 million. Population of the United States, 342 million. Okay, I did a little checking into the roster rules and the foreigner limits in those two places. I knew about this rule because back when people around me were looking into playing abroad, everyone talked about, well, there can only be 2 American players on each team abroad. So that is true. It's not just American, though, obviously. Me centering myself. It's a maximum of 2 players from the same foreign federation are permitted on a single team's roster. That's the federation cap. For Italy, there's an on-court foreigner limit. Teams can have 4 non-Italian players on the court at any given time.
Oh.
So, and teams must have a minimum of 3 Italian players on the court out of the 7 active players, is the flip side of that. In Turkey, that league is 5 foreigners can be on the roster. 3 foreign players are allowed on the court at a given time. So, a little different, but similar. I offer those rules just to point out that these foreigner stipulations are pretty comparable between MLV and international. Like, the home league is maintaining a majority of citizens on their teams. In the United States, there's roughly 5,500 athletes playing NCAA women's volleyball across 300 teams. And we know that in 2023, at the time that PVF launched, there were over 300 American women playing pro abroad. Okay, so 22 teams in the United States this year, about 16 per roster. We're talking about 350 athletes. I've said this on this podcast before. There's so much talent in this country. I think that the reason why American volleyball watchers are meeting this expansion news with some kind of fear about the quality being watered down is because all we've had consistently forever is the Olympic roster or the broader Olympic roster in off years, which is 30 women. It's like, if we do math, I'm going to do more math. If we do more math and we say that there are 5,500 D1 women's volleyball athletes in like a 4-year span, let's say there's 10,000 athletes in their 20s. The odds of them making the Olympic team are 0.3%. And I know not every D1 athlete is an Olympian, obviously. But when we think about D1 athletes' potential to keep playing or their thought process about it, you talk to a D1 women's volleyball player and you ask them what they want to do next. How many of them say keep playing? You ask a D1 men's football player what they want to do next, and they say, well, if I don't make it to the league, then maybe I'll do this other thing.
The fuck was that impression?
I have that on research, okay? I have it on research. I feel that we need to expand our brains about what success can look like for women's athletes in this country. It's not just the Olympic team anymore.
Well, we've talked about it too. Like, people like watching women's college volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if it's just like a slightly better version of that, that has a lot of people from college, like, cool. What's the problem with that?
Right.
No, I don't understand. Like, that would seem fun. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I just think, if you tell me that the MLV isn't the best level right now, I would say that's right, because 10,000 women in their 20s who played Division I volleyball over the last 8 years and could have had a right to choose if they wanted to keep honing their skills, they all plan to retire at 22.
Yeah.
And not all 10,000 of them were pros.
I
what
don't
about
see
2,000 of them?
It's taken the MLS like 38 years to get into the position where they're like they're slightly good. But they're still not
on the
best.
global scale.
Yeah,
right?
like they're nowhere near the best on the
Yeah.
global. So like, well, yeah, sure, it might not be as good as Turkey or Brazil, but that didn't seem like the goal at this point.
Right.
You know, we're just trying to get, and you would assume the more women that like think of it as an option that they can go pro, like it becomes a more serious like endeavor in college for more people, and
Yeah.
get better.
Well, maybe we can still play this game. You ask me how many teams I think are in each major men's league in the United States.
Yeah. How many
Related to
NBA
this
teams are
conversation.
there?
No, I have no idea.
And we're not
Would
even
you
getting
say?
into like, there's the NFL, but then there's our favorite IFL.
Right. Right.
Fisher's
Right.
Freight.
Also,
Like
Fisher's Freight.
they're in there.
baseball teams.
Uh-huh.
My God.
Yeah.
We went to go see the Rosemont Chicago Dogs.
Oh, sure.
That's not even like
Single A, double A.
it's not
Triple
even
A.
in that world. It's its own
Oh, that's
thing.
its own?
It's like banana ball type of.
Yes, and the stadium's packed.
Yep.
Like we are not at like it's fine.
Well, and that's another thing that people go, well, love should be the A1 and MLB should be the A2. I don't even care about Major League, minor league right now. There's so many people who play this.
Yeah.
Why does Italy get to have 12 teams and they're a sixth of the population of us? And we don't get to have a ton of teams.
The
I want so
nationalism
many
thing.
teams. I mean, I have Italian heritage.
What?
Okay, thanks for letting me talk about math there. I'm sure it was really riveting for everyone.
Math segment.
That segment. Okay, the third discourse finally is that once again we are hearing calls for a merger.
Oh, turd
Specifically,
merger.
specifically now the complaints are if everyone just put their money together, we would have something successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we believe that
I
in
mean,
general, but that's not the way the world is.
What is this communism?
Yeah, we can only have Maoism in volleyball. That's what you want? No.
If all the sponsors just got together and they said, let's all put our money behind volleyball because we want it to succeed.
if they were the same structure, honestly, I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I mean, I think that
But what do these people want to happen?
I think that
They
we've
want venture
heard, yeah, like
capitalists
in
to
terms
win?
of
No.
or just like that, I don't know, the most obvious thing I guess would be if Love just wanted to get rid of like the hat, the professional hat that they wear
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
top of
Yes.
the club business, then sure, if they're already lining people up to own the teams, I guess. But I don't know. It would seem like even if that did happen, it like probably half the teams of wherever there's competition, those teams would probably become one team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, it's not up to us.
Yeah. But that's what, like, I think that people think if they bully the, if they bully the ownership enough, or, these leagues enough, they'll listen. It's what
Yeah.
everybody wants. It's what the volleyball community wants. I just like, I don't think that merging means that it's going to be successful. I really don't. I understand the annoyance with needing to explain to new people what's going on with, oh no,
It is
that's
annoying.
not the league. It's actually this other league that we're going to go see, or we do this podcast about. Like, obviously, we talk about it all the time. It's very annoying. But it doesn't magically, the money wouldn't all go to one, it wouldn't be the same amount of money all going to one place. There's so much money in it right now because they're competing.
Well, and I don't know. Like I feel like I've been trained for this my whole life. Like you go, you see a movie, and your mom's like, "Oh my God, Superman movie. Is Iron Man in this?" You have to be like, "Mom, those aren't the same. And like those are different
What a
universes."
what a great what a great analogy.
Or like, "Oh my God, Penn
Ian.
State's playing. Like, are they playing? It's the Big Ten tournament. Is Cal in it? Maybe, because maybe Cal's in the Big Ten now. Who the fuck knows?"
Oh, we don't
What
know.
you literally say.
Yeah, we've spent
But
Yeah,
who's
you
not
should-
in it? Florida
you-
State.
Yeah, there we go. We know they're not in it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you needed to choose a different school.
Yeah.
Cal?
Not
Who
California.
knows? Rutgers,
Midwest.
yes. But yeah, it's very
Right.
confusing. But
Of
also,
course.
it's not confusing because if you tell them to use the Volley app, one's in cursive and one's not in
One's
cursive.
in-
It couldn't
not
be
in cursive.
clearer.
Totally. It's actually really clear in the Volley app if you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess it could be a smoother transition for like me not having to have as many 10-minute conversations about the fact that there are competing like offerings of this at the professional level.
Right.
But
But maybe
I don't
it's
know.
okay to explain things to people sometimes. Maybe
Yeah.
everything doesn't have to be so efficient. Maybe it's good to have ridges in your brain.
Yeah. Maybe,
Maybe.
yes. Just monopolies aren't the most efficient for the working people.
And you know what? I can
unless it's a
almost
state-run monopoly.
I can
So
almost
maybe
guarantee that AI can't explain this
no.
Totally. That's how you
mean-
keep yourself valuable as a human being.
because I don't think that there's enough information on the internet
And it can't
for to
differentiate.
scrape
But guess where there's enough information, man? Right here.
right in our brains. And I don't think
Specifically
that
mine.
AI knows about MLV yet. I think it's still on PVF.
And it still thinks that it's MLB when you write it.
Yeah.
Do you mean baseball?
And they think that Isabel Martin is a major contributor to the league. Girl, no, you're great. I'm just saying.
We're just saying.
So this is why, yeah, ridges and brain, I think, good.
Ridges and brain good. Name of app.
It's just, yeah, I don't know. It seems like, yeah, we're good with this. This is the other thing that having 1,000 like streaming apps trained you to do.
Hmm. Just living
Weird
life.
competing,
I
yeah,
think
business
Yeah, we're all
have to-
categories.
multifaceted.
Just let it be, okay? Okay, MLV free agency for season 4. Here we
Woo!
go. Are we ready?
Yeah.
New coaches. We don't know how to pronounce this one yet. David Booz?
Booze?
Booze?
Ah,
Booze?
Huh. With some booze?
He'll be coaching Columbus this year. Okay. He
Can we
has
can we
been at
shout out Columbus? Good job. Making
Columbus.
sometimes you gotta make changes.
Sometimes you got to make changes, and this guy's got a
Doesn't
lot of
mean anyone's a bad
experience.
person.
No, of course not.
But
Of course not. He spent 15 seasons with the University of Florida. He was the associate head coach under Mary Wise, who is a longtime Florida legend. And, you know, seems good. We got a question where someone said, "Hey, what do you think about his coaching style? How do you think that it's going to be at the pro level for Columbus?" And I haven't seen his coaching style, so I'll have to get back to you on that one.
well, I also
Me?
want to say that
Watch Florida?
finally a man gets a shot, to see what they can
An
do.
American man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
sideline of a volleyball team.
A women's one
Shout out.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll love to hear this next little update. Ian Francois Salvagni. Salvagni. I think that's it. I think I might have nailed it. Salvagni.
Okay. That can't possibly be true.
It could
That
be
we've
any of
just
the ones,
nailed
and I
that.
definitely nailed one of those. Okay. And that does in fact translate to Frenchman, and he is
Damn.
Italian. Okay. He's the Orlando Valkyries coach as Amy Pauley makes a shift to a league role
Not a
as
team role,
a
right? She's with the
she's
league
with the league
office.
office as a director of player personnel.
Cool.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I do think we're going to find out. So everybody stay tuned.
Nice.
Additional coaches, Chris McGowan for Omaha. I don't know anything about him.
he was at Love.
Wow. Okay. And BYU before that.
Yes.
Coach
And
is getting in on the
what's funny about he was like an interim coach at Love.
Because they cut him, right? For
Oh, I don't know.
Eric Sullivan.
Okay.
I remember that. I do
Okay.
remember. He was the Austin coach, and
Yeah.
then they put the USA head coach in his place.
Ah. Okay.
But
There you go.
Thomas Robson will still be the assistant.
Yes.
Yep, he'll go back to that spot.
Also about the Chris McGowan. So they posted pictures of him coaching, and he was like clearly wearing like a Love shirt, and then like I think Omaha actually posted the picture, and they edited it out.
They scrubbed it. Good
Was it like
catch.
was it just like the color then?
Yeah,
Was
just
it
like
like
he
nothing?
just had like a navy polo on all of a
It
sudden.
was plain now.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, and then DC announced that Deidre Collins Parker will be their head coach. I do believe she was an assistant at Mojo under Hanif Park for the first 2 years.
Yes, you are right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's really all we have. We don't know who's coaching NorCal,
No, they announced like their back, like their
their
staff,
office.
their
Yeah,
office staff. Like,
president
okay.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't know anything about where they're at in that search. They may have someone and they haven't announced. With this league, it's important to remember that just because you don't know about it has no bearing on whether it happened. So
So true.
it could exist, and we don't know for sure.
Oh, just
To that end, okay.
just real quick. Sorry, I was just skimming through the article about the NorCal, like their leadership announcements.
Yeah.
And there is a quote that starts with "as a father of daughters." I just think that's like one of the it's just so funny.
As a son of a mother.
As a father of daughters.
I cannot empathize with a woman unless I filter her through a woman that I know closely to me.
Exactly. Exactly.
They just are a blob to me unless I'm
Yep.
like, wait, that's like my mom.
Wait, that's like my daughter, like maybe in 10 years? 20?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait, women are
It's
people?
blowing my mind right now.
Wait, I love a woman?
No, hold on.
The only other thing about DC is that allegedly, from the MLV podcast, our guy, Sephrin, he said that the DC name announcement is coming soon and the color scheme is not one currently in the league.
Oh, that means it's green.
It better be.
They've been listening to us
Yeah.
and our
Yeah.
color scheme.
It turns out
Woes.
if we talk about stuff, sometimes it happens. Okay. All right. We got a question from the Instagram. Also, just so you know, I know I've been saying for a long time to follow us on social media, but and also that I'm on the social media a lot, but I've gotten a little braver with my social media presence and I'm talking to people on there and I'm asking questions. I'm doing little polls, not just a poll, but also like the open field texting.
And she
So
did some front-facing camera work.
I can't believe it. I was so embarrassed. Do you think it was okay or were you cringed out, Kelly?
No, it was great.
I think the next
I think it
content
was
is
fun.
Nikki doing like a TikTok dance and players popping up that are signing places. Yeah, pointing. Be good content.
Okay, are you going to record it? Are you going to produce it for us, Ian?
Yeah, I've got a tripod that can hold the
Hell yeah.
camera. It's perfect.
Hell yeah. So yeah, as I've been going throughout this episode saying, we got a question about, that's what it's from. I put it on the story and I say, what do you want us to talk about? We got a lot of questions because you all are great. Thanks for listening and interacting with us. Okay. So we got a question. Do we know why certain established teams are holding off on revealing names? My best guess about this is that so Ian's just shrugging. I don't know, man. Like doing the like King of Queens.
Couldn't tell you.
My best guess about this is that like they think that they're drumming up the unveil. You know, they're like,
Sure.
we got to make it a big moment
Yeah.
and come up with a big
It's
plan.
it's the same thing for these player announcements.
Right, totally. And or I think that it's possible that like these groups are working with outside agencies to like come up with their color scheme and they're like
They're waiting on a
mock-ups.
deliverable.
So they're waiting on a
That's on, like-
deliverable.
It's like
They're
2
waiting
weeks
on the
late.
fucking the
Yeah.
mask. They're waiting on the mascot suit to come through
Mascot suit.
Sure.
after so
They're-
many, different design changes.
And there's got to be like some level of legal entity, where you're like, if you're going to buy items under this name, it's our
Right.
LLC. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think that it's got to be just like
It's purely
anticipation
administrative.
or administrative, right?
I could also see them just being like, it's kind of sucks to be like, hey, DC has a volleyball team. Get pumped, and we'll see you in 8 months.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Get excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hear about them again in like 6 months, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember they said that was a thing.
Yeah. I think for most of the stuff when we're like, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they announcing it? Why aren't they keeping track of transactions? Most of it can be explained by just administrative.
Administrative.
Woes.
Don't have
Seasonal
time.
staff is not in the office.
True. Someone's on vacation that has the password to the website.
They're doing like
Administrative. Yeah.
behind the scenes
And or,
business
like-
stuff now.
Like this like associate manager of social media is doing 50 tasks
Yeah. Yeah.
at making $55,000 a year and they're busy. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's again, startup shit, okay? All right. Quick, want to tell you about the updated free agency rules and roster rules in general. And someone's asking, what do we think of these? So I'm going to tell you what we got. We got a lot of this information from the Supernova's free agent tracker. And there's an FAQ at the top of this. And I haven't seen these rules anywhere else. Okay, what to know about MLV and 2027 free agency? How many teams will compete in 2027? This is where it says 12 teams, and the bottom one is TBD. What are the roster limits?
TBD? Does it say TBD?
TBD. It doesn't say TBA.
Not even TBA.
It says TBD.
To be decided.
Yeah.
I
Decided.
don't, I
Wow.
doubt that they thought about what the
Of course
difference
they
was
didn't.
between TBD and
Of
TBA.
course they
I'm
didn't.
writing
They
an
did not.
email. TBD.
Rewrite an email. What about the A? Okay. Roster limits. Each team is allowed a maximum of 16 players and a minimum of 12 on their active roster. There is no requirement to carry college draftees this year.
Nice. Well, I mean, I guess not nice,
Wow.
but good to
Interesting.
know.
No, I think that they tried it last year. I'm guessing it didn't go great. It was silly. I don't know. Playing format and dates. 2027 season will begin the first full week of January and conclude with the MLV Championship on the first weekend of May. Popping that up just a little bit. Okay.
It wasn't that what it was this year?
Second weekend.
Oh,
Now it's the first.
okay.
Mm.
How many foreign players are allowed on the roster? Each team's allowed to have up to 4 foreign players, an increase from 3 in 2026. And players from PR do not count towards that limit,
Nice.
as per usual. Salary cap is still in existence. I personally have not heard that the 1.2 million has changed. And they must be cap compliant, every team, by the active roster deadline, which is 2 days prior to the first match of the team of 2027. MLV teams are permitted to sign players to either 1 or 2 year contracts. I don't think we've ever seen that there's that allowance is just 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And all contracts that are signed right now are contingent upon the player making the active roster after training camp. Same rule applies to all drafted college players.
That was a lot of information. Thank you.
Thank you, Supernovas, because that's where it lives. All
Orlando
right.
has it on theirs as well.
Ah, thank you, Orlando. Now let's actually talk about the things.
The people.
In terms of the teams, Omaha and Indy clearly had ink dried on many, many contracts and wanted to shout that from day one. Atlanta, Minnesota, Grand Rapids have a few signing announcements from last week into this one. Orlando and Dallas entered the picture this week. Headlines. Ignite returns 12.
Damn.
12 out of 16. And they added someone named Tia Scambray on the outside. She has played for Lauren in the past. Lauren loves her.
Nice.
Notably absent there is Lek. Rumors are maybe she's going to Vegas. Now, again, I don't know how we can have rumors about players that are going to a place, but not have the place be announced yet.
But we have rumors of the place.
But that's the place is rumored and players are rumored. Okay. Additional headlines: Supernovas say goodbye to Brooke Nunaviller, Sydney Hilly, Elena Ogilvy, and Sarah Parsons. The rumors are saying that the first 3 are going to Loveba. All I know about Brooke is not Nebraska. Sydney Hilly, allegedly Minnesota, and Ogilvy, I don't know. That
Did
hasn't
they
been announced
announce
yet.
like officially they're not coming back, or just they didn't resign them?
They did announce like a goodbye.
Yeah, they made like a goodbye announcement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then allegedly Parsons might be going to MLV Minnesota. That's where she's from, I do
That
believe.
makes sense. And that's where
Yep.
Sydney Hilly's from, Minnesota as well, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
LVP, Minnesota, potentially. Omaha also brings in some heavy talent in Cami Minor, who is a setter from Stanford with experience. Kimberly Jerniak, who is a really good opposite, who was on Love last year. And they also got Pusic from the Valks as their libero. So
So is their team just like set or
it's pretty much set.
that's crazy?
I think that they have,
One spot?
yeah,
That's crazy.
it's insane. Yeah, they signed 15. And like the international talent that they got, or people who have been playing abroad, they could be American, but they've been playing abroad a lot, there's 6 of them new to the league this year. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited about Cami Minor. And I just want everyone to watch her. I'm already liking what Minnesota's working with. They've announced Stephanie Samity. We know about that. Airi Miyabi is a Japanese middle blocker, and Marie Scholzel is a German middle blocker. Hence is staying in Grand Rapids. Marley Monsery to Orlando. I'm hearing that Abercrombie is going to stay, but I don't know for sure. And those are the biggest headlines that I have.
Wow.
Is there anyone you want to talk about specifically?
Yeah, the love people that are coming over. I think there's more coming, which is interesting.
Should be 4 more, 3 potentially going to Grand Rapids.
Wow.
So the
Huh.
rumor is Claire Chaussee is coming back.
Oh. Oh,
We
wow.
got 2 questions about Grand Rapids. So the first one was, does Kathy George need to get better outsides than, I quote, just PBR and Snyder again?
Which they have both re-signed,
They
right?
both re-signed.
hmm
And actually, like, so yeah, Grand Rapids signed those 3 so far, plus Celissa Jensen in the middle,
Yeah.
veteran middle. So I actually think, like, it's funny to say, just Carly Snyder and PBR because I feel like they were the most consistently
Yeah.
good on their team. It just like they needed more.
Yeah.
They needed
Yeah.
other people contributing to the offense.
For sure.
They're in the weird spot where like they finished the season so well that it feels like, it's hard to just kind of walk away from that rather than bring them back and be like, well, if we do this the whole year, we'll be in good shape. But
I know.
the
I know.
beginning of the year wasn't great.
Yeah. I think if I was asked like who would you bring back, that's who I would say. Morgan
Yeah,
Hens,
sure.
Carly, and PBR. But if it's true that Claire Chaussee is coming back, that's kind of an interesting like third outside. Do you move someone to the opposite? Is that your third and you rotate? I mean, Kathy George
Yeah,
likes to
got
rotate
options.
outsides around, and so that could be really interesting. Um,
Which love team was she playing on?
Madison.
Okay.
I don't think she played that much. Or
That
maybe she
was
did
my
get
that
in
was my
every now and
question.
then, or like had little spurts, but mostly she was there for 2 years and I don't know how it went.
Okay.
We got asked any players coming back who left after 24 or 25. That's the only person I heard do a boomerang potentially. Well, we kind of talked about it. Team rollout, why some teams have announced everyone and some have not. I think that Orlando is doing like 1 per day. Just like they've done that in the past.
Yeah.
And so today they only announced Marley. But I remember that being their strategy before.
That's
I,
I really like the Indy and Omaha. They were just like, here you go.
I know,
We'll
but
let you
then
know
there
when there's
isn't,
updates.
but then it's like 8 months of nothing. I understand a little bit the desire to draw it out
I don't
and you
know.
think you're going to get more engagement, but how I feel like we kind of know that they're not getting like specific directive from the top because we've talked about this before. When you announce a transfer player, that's implications for the team they transferred from.
Right.
And so if you're not coordinating those things, then people are realizing, well, oh shit, Orlando needs a libero. So they didn't re-sign that libero. So who are they going to get instead? It's like
Right.
it's all this waterfall effect.
Yeah.
And all these teams have completely different strategies and don't seem to really care about that, except for like certain ones do a goodbye because maybe they know that Love Buzz gonna announce soon. It's very hard to figure.
Yeah, I mean the goodbye ones usually are like, I don't know, I guess like you said, that would kind of stop some of the speculation about like, if they announce all the re-signings and Brooke's not on there,
Mm-hmm.
rather than people speculating if she's not signed or just be like, well, she's not coming back here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And they did the Brooke goodbye early because I think that was like so that people wouldn't be in the comments, what about Brooke?
yeah,
hmm
sure.
On like other people's announcements,
Oh, yeah.
because that
Yeah.
tends to happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Um,
be surprised if some of them also like they don't have 15 people to announce
right.
yet.
They might only
You
have
know.
6. And so
Yeah.
then that shows some of what they're I mean, I'm not saying that I know that anybody has 6, but just this idea that like the other thing that's really tough about this is that I like don't Minnesota's cooking, but like I don't think that some of these teams I don't think NorCal has anybody signed.
No.
You
They don't even.
gotta.
I mean, would you sign the
LA
team if you
does.
don't know who the coach is?
I think that some players have done that, but I think a lot wouldn't because that's how they're getting connected with the team. That's how they're deciding.
Oh, yeah.
Like so many of these, I do think some GMs um are involved in building the team, a la John Cook. But I do think a lot of the other teams, like the GMs and coaches, work very closely together and leverage the coaches' network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I've heard rumors about some moves to Dallas, um, a couple moves over like to Atlanta. I've heard some moves to Columbus, but one rumor about a DC player potentially, but I don't think that any of those are like super
Yeah.
reliable necessarily. But
Mm-hmm.
like just the fact that in all of this buzz, like there's no NorCal, there's more LA than NorCal.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels a little dubious to me. However, really all that means is that they might rely more on players who aren't playing pro, uh, like in this league right now. And so maybe they'll draft a bunch. Like, we just don't know how it's going to shake out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, total numbers. Dallas re-signs 3. Kaylee Cox, Lane Van Buskirk, Kelsey Payne. I think that's all they're going to have coming back. Which I hear, Dallas fans, if you're sad about it. But I do think it's going to be okay.
Where's Sofia Maldonado Diaz supposed to be going?
Brazil. That was just announced today.
Dope.
Maybe Mimi Collier going to Loveba.
Maybe.
And
I think for sure.
maybe, well, they haven't said it yet. And maybe Natalia Valentine Anderson going to Ba
Oh, right.
because her husband lives in Omaha. So I think that that's probably where she'll end up. Atlanta re-signs Leah Edmond, Taylor Smith, Corey Lewis, Iko Jones, and they get 2 ex-BA players, libero Zoe Jarvis, previously Fleck, and middle blocker Iga. This is a Polish name, Ian.
I don't
got?
speak Polish,
Ian?
even
What do you
despite
got?
my last name.
Ian?
Let's
What do you
see.
got?
Wasilewska.
Sounds right to me.
Let's go with that
Great.
for now.
And then
Yeah.
Omaha re-signs Merritt Beeson and Emily Londot, both opposites, who I think are not as good as Drew Niak. So that one's
Oh,
going to be interesting. Omaha, again, with 5 middles. McKenna Vicini is one of the transfers over. They return Reinhardt and Blackwell, and they get 2 players with international experience. Their outsides are, we're going to see what the new person, Lena Stigrot, can do. But other than that, Nora Tabrock returns and Hayden Kubik comes over from Mojo. I don't know.
All right.
Overall, we were asked, do we think this year's signings are a sign of bigger respect on an international level? And I do think we have a lot of people moving over from international, which is really cool, and some really good clubs. I feel like already some of these teams, I think, like the highest level of play of this league is going to be better even than last year.
Yeah, sure.
I think so too.
So I'm really excited. Now, will there be maybe big gaps? And will we see some of these newer teams not
What are we
be able
gonna
to
see?
get their shit together?
What are we going to see Grand Rap or Columbus do?
Yeah.
What are we
That's
gonna see
all eyes
Columbus
on
do?
Rooting
Columbus.
for them.
Just
Unsurprisingly, no announcements yet. I
No
know they got a
announcements.
new coach and everything, but yeah,
I
that
know.
hasn't changed yet.
Right. Still nothing from them. Ugh. Well, New coach. Maybe
Yeah.
he's finding a way.
Booze.
Booze.
Okay. I think we have to do that forever.
Obviously.
All right. Any other feelings or thoughts about this free agency so far?
I'm excited to see who else comes about.
Yes. And everyone relax if there's love but transfers, is what I like to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
'Cause
going
they're going both ways.
back and forth. Yeah.
Yep.
Back and forth. And also relax on the 22 teams. It's going to be good.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll
Just
see
relax.
how it goes.
Just
That's what I'm
relax.
saying. Just relax.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Just relax.
We've got the bandwidth for it. It's all good.
We really do. Okay, and on that note, thanks for listening to Court Captains, of Volleyball podcast. Please give us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and like and subscribe on YouTube if you like what you're hearing. Support small podcasts. And if you don't like what you're hearing, then please just go ahead and mind your business. Follow us on Instagram at Court Captains Pod, and email us your questions or comments at courtcaptainspod@gmail.com.
And don't forget to be the captain of your own court.
Yeah.
Also, happy Pride.
Happy Pride, and thank you so much to the league for doing a post.
Yeah. Was this the first year
Wow.
they did it?
After I yelled at them last year and bullied them this morning.
See,
Nikki.
so people that are
Nikki-
looking for a
Nikki is
Merchel,
an
you
ally.
can bully them into stuff. They are bullyable.
They are bullyable, but maybe not. But it feels like a win either way. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
All right. Happy
goodbye.
Pride. Bye.